your swords. Yes. Now, y'all on your horse? Let's ride. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. All right. So, I'm King Stevion, representing the 100 Kings and the 100 Queens. I'm coming in today for one of the steps that you have to do for the 7 steps to be secure. So when I say that, I mean a secured party creditor. And what that means is you are getting in your proper place, your proper status, on your throne giving orders. Not out there working, doing the work, unless you're out there training someone. But then you got your servants to do that for you. That's where your WIFIT comes into play. What is the WIFIT? Your all caps name with WHFIT behind it in all caps. Okay? Now, but that comes down the line. What we're talking about today is the assumed name, trade name, fictitious name, DBA, surname, or whatever else you might call it. Okay? So I can call this step 1. Okay? Because a lot of you have tried a lot of things, but don't understand why you are doing it. Okay? And that's what I mean by try. If you're going to do anything, make sure that you read what it's for and how to operate or maneuver with it. Okay? I done gave out the 7 steps and people just rushing out there doing it. You don't rush this stuff. Each step, take a day, do 1 step, and research everything you can about it. So this is why I'm doing this. So you have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7. Okay? So let's read. When a business operates using a name that is different from the owner's name. Now let's pause right there. Some of you are going out there getting the L's, the B's, your private name, and you're bringing it into the public. And how are y'all doing that? By creating a fictitious name, an assumed name, a DBA name with it. That's not what you do. You're not getting a private name like the name the Lord gave you to bring into the public arena. That's not what you're doing here. That's not the purpose of you having an L, Bay, or whatever, or a king or queen name. That's not the purpose of that. That name is to stay private. The kings, the queens stay private. Please understand that. And the only time it comes into public is when you sign or endorse or verify or authorize or declare. That's when that name goes at the bottom right side. Okay? Now, you come, whoever you send out comes in the name of King such and such. We'll just say King John Doe. King John Doe don't need his name incorporated because it's private. It's not business. It's personal. So as soon as y'all try to incorporate the L, the Bays, and all this stuff here, you just put yourself right back into the corporate arena. So all y'all going to these courthouses, I done seen a couple of y'all, go to these courthouses, change your name to lowercase, and go to the court asking them for permission to change your name to the lowercase or with the hyphen, the first middle with the hyphen, and then the semicolons with the last name, or with the such and such, John Doe Bay, John Doe L, and, oh, that's what you change your name to? Okay, well, what we gonna do, we're gonna incorporate that right back into the birth certificate. We're going to put it with the Social Security card, and your dumb asses are right back in the corporate arena. That name don't get mixed in that. Whoever told y'all that lied. King Stevion is the declarer for the Stevie Tyrone Thompson. You'll never get your name back. You're going to have to go through hell and high water to get that name back. Really. You're going to have to be traveling out. It's kind of like Rome back in the days when they was going to all these different countries trying to take over every country. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to go to every country, trap down everybody that's using that name, and take it back. That's a lot of work. But it starts here, kings and queens. Now let's go on. Or from the legal name of the partnership, LLC or corporation. It is said to be doing business as, or DBA, another name. Not all companies require DBA filings. Okay? Now this is where your common law copyright of your name comes in for trade names. What is it? It's the name that's on your birth certificate just as it is written on there. Don't abbreviate any of, don't put no initials, don't put no L, don't put no base, unless that's on your birth certificate. Stop trying to be so damn fancy. Oh, I don't want my birth certificate name to be uppercase. It doesn't matter. They're going to uppercase it anyway. Anytime you're dealing with commerce, let it be. Please let it be uppercase. And sometimes when you sign it, they'll still uppercase that. It don't matter. All that means is you're just an agent in commerce. Okay? Because that name's not incorporated because you sign it. Let's go over. Now, this is just a business certificate. And you can make your own when you're doing your common law copyright. It says, I hereby certify that I am conducting or transacting business under the name or designation of, and that's where your all caps name go at right there. Okay? And this template is on the internet. And then you put your physical address. Your business address, which is your P.O. Box address. City or town of, boom. County of, boom. State of, boom. My full name. Now, this is where your full name goes. Your real person name. Your human name. King John D. Or whoever. John Doe. L. Bay, whatever. That's where this goes. Print or type name. If under 21 years of age, state I am, boom. And then it got, and I reside at. See, if you see the two differences? One is where the business is at, one is where you reside at. And if what I would put there, I reside at, and I would put my body. That's where I would put. My body, I would put my longitude, latitude, I would put my meets and bounds. I would actually put my magnetic field location. And y'all look that up to find out about that. I further certify that I am the successor in interest. See that? 2. That's where that name goes. The person or persons heretofore using such name or names to carry on or then it got, I can't really see that right there. But anyway, this was just a template. And it got some things up there on the bottom. Okay? But you want to do one of these. And when you're doing your trust packet, your non-UCC packet, and when you file it, they can turn this into a bond. Okay? Just to let you know. So be aware. So let's go over. I'm going to go to the Florida fictitious name. And this is just a template because it's not the same in every state, you idiots. Some of y'all think it's across the board the same. It is not. There's a couple states that don't even require you to do a assumed name or fictitious name. You have to do a trade name or a what do you call it? I forgot the name, but it's where you do the actual copyright or patent of the name. Okay, and it don't cost that much in certain states. If you do it in your state, not with the Library of Congress, in your state, okay? Because you got to take control of it in your state first. So as we're going on, do not do Minnesota unless you're behind. Stay in Minnesota. Stop with this Minnesota mess. And the only thing I hear people say, oh, well, it says I'm the holder and not the owner. You idiots. Stop being idiots. A holder is a owner. Play a game of hot potatoes. That'll thrill you in a circle, right? That really ain't a circle, it's a triangle. But each one of y'all playing a game of hot potato. Somebody got the gold chain in their hand. The police is riding down the street looking for the person that got the gold chain in their hand. Okay, you're just passing along. And the cop is ordered to shoot and kill whoever it is that has the gold chain in their hand when he see them. Because they say they're armed and dangerous. Okay? And anyway, so that gold chain has power. Okay? Just know that. So, he pulls up. You got John, you got Doe, and you got Jenny. Okay? John, Doe, and Jenny. The cop pulls around and Doe has the necklace in his hand. He sees Doe getting ready to pass it down to Jane or whoever, or Jenny, and he shoots Doe. And Doe's dead. Why is that? Because he was the holder. What is the holder? The owner. It's like when you go to the pawn shop. You go buy something from the pawn shop, right? And it was stolen, right? The person that bought it is now responsible. Because I've seen it plenty of times happen. Even though it went through a third party and they sold it to you, it doesn't matter. Same thing if you was selling it to the pawn shop and they came in there and asked the pawn shop who sold it to you. They're going to arrest the person that sold it to them. Okay? It's a game of hot potatoes. So the holder is the owner. Look up finance, business definitions, and you will see that. So don't go by what everybody say. Just know. Okay? So, let's go on. The Fictitious Name Act, and this is in Florida, 865.09, Florida statute, requires any person, which by definition includes an individual as well as a business entity, to register their fictitious name or DBA name with the Florida Department of State prior to conducting business in Florida. So that's your all caps name. That's the birth certificate name. That's the business name. Because that's what they're using. They're using the name. They're conducting business with it. Okay? What else we got here? I think that's it. So let me go over. And I want to show you this. This is Florida's. Okay? Yours is not going to be the same. They ask for the EIN number. Now, for those that are going to have a corporation owning it, I suggest that your foreign grantors trust own the name because it takes it out of their jurisdiction. Okay? It allows the foreign trust to run that name in that country as long as you set up a branch in that country or that state or city. Okay? So you would put your 98 EIN right there. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. And they say it's optional. So that's for the email address. That's your business email address. Certificate of status. You want both. Always get everything. Because that shows that you are in good standing and all that. Okay? Certified copy. You want that. The business address. Principal place of business. And principal place of business can be, it says multiple. So that means you can be in different locations. Okay? Different counties. Now, owner, name, and address. Owner is the holder. So don't let nobody fool you with this Minnesota mess. Okay? The owner, that is what? It can be your trust. So if you don't want to own it, you don't want to play hot potato, put the trust And you know they can't touch the trust. So they say, oh, you own it, so you were playing a game of hot potato, we're going to take your trust. They can't touch your trust. The trust is protected. The trust will be the secured party creditor. They can't touch it. Why? 1 is a trust. 2 is foreign. 3, what is a secured party? You get that? But get your 98 number first, and you have to call that number in. You cannot do it online. You cannot mail it. You cannot, well, you can fax it, but it's better to get them on the phone with it. Okay? Let's see. And you put your, the owner, if you're going to do the person, this is where, King, whatever your first name is, King John would be the first name. Of would be the middle. Well, don't put no middle. Of Hillshida. I just made that up, Hillshida. So King John of Hillshida. Of Hillshida would be the last. King John would be the first. Okay? Now, if you're going to do the trust information would go there, but they want your trust to be registered in that state. So you would have to get your foreign grantor's trust number, then come into the state and do a trust registration with the Secretary of the State. Now you got your document number there, and it'll be operating as a branch office in the United States. You get that? So you can choose either or, the person or the business. Now, if you got more than one, then you can put them all, list them all, and that's how that works. And that's it. Simple and plain. Okay? Got the living person right here. You do not register the living person's name as the DBA. No, you don't do that. So, I'm straight to the point with this. It's very simple. You hit submit, you pay for it, do whatever. Always read the codes and all that stuff there. Some of them require you to file it in the newspaper, as you see right here. It got to be advertised in the newspaper at least once. Okay? So look up the laws in that state. After you do that, you're going to ask them, to the newspaper, to give you a proof of let's see, what do you call it? Affidavit of proof that you ran it in the newspaper. So you're going to take your affidavit of proof. You're going to take a copy of this. You're going to take a registration of trade name, which you can look online. Remember that certificate I just showed you? That's a registration of the trade name. You can do that document. Okay? It's like a bond almost. But do that. You can make your own, just as I read it. And then you're going to attach it to this. Take it down to the county, file it in the county. And they're going to give you a file number. Okay? And if they're filing under the UCC, that's fine. If they file it under the, the UCC is a lien. So if they file it under UCC liens, that'll be fine. That means you can come back and add everything else that you're going to have to add later on. Okay? Now, one thing I suggest that you do your common law copyright with that, okay? And you're going to attach it to this. All of that goes in this packet that you're taking down to the county, okay? And you should be good. That's it for the assumed name. Take that, put it to the side, because that is going to be uploaded to your UCC1 later on. Okay? Now, the verbiage you can use in the newspaper is this. Okay? Make it very simple for you. Less than 20 words, less than 30 words, however. What you're going to do, they're going to give you a registration number. Okay? After you file your assumed name. The way you can do it is, when you go to the newspaper, you're going to state, this notice. You can put it on a legal notice, or you can put it in, what's the other word they use? Notices. Okay, public notices. This is to show that the name, and you spell the whole name out first, middle, last, all caps. You always put it in all caps. Has been registered with the state of. Boom. Whatever your state is. And then you're going to put the registration number is da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Also, it has been what? Copywritten. Okay? This name has been copywritten. A common law copyright for the United States. You can put for Florida, but put for Florida in the United States. Okay? And you're going to give a number to that common law copyright document. And that's where the barcode comes into play, where I was telling y'all if y'all need a barcode. Because that references that, and that's a non-UCC number. Okay? So now you have both of those in less than 30 words. And then you're going to put, lastly, if anyone has a claim on the name or a rebuttal, contact, and this is where your king or queen name goes, or L or Bay names, contact such and such of the such and such trust. Always put it in trust, because that scares away the boogers. So make sure you have a trust name that you're going to be using. And then you put the care of address without the United States, non-domestic mail, put your phone number, and they can contact you. And that's it. That's all you put in the newspaper. Okay? Registration name, your non-UCC number on the common law copyright, your contact information. Boom. And then they're going to give you the affidavit of proof, and you're going to take all that down to the county. And it's done. The end. Now we're on to step 2. I'm King Stevion, representing the 100 Kings and the 100 Queens. I am out. Peace. Hey everyone, this is King Stevion, telling all y'all to keep your eyes on the prize. Cause you was once down, but now you rise. Like Tupac said, still I rise. Keep God inside.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I see no changes. All I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under. I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the waste.